In today's video, I want to talk about controlling your Plex media player on your computer utilizing the Elgato Stream Deck, because saving yourself 6 inches worth of movement is worth all of the money in the world. What's up YouTube, Jason here with Byte My Bits. Now, I'm talking about controlling your Plex media player with the Elgato Stream Deck. It's not necessarily the most functional use for the Stream Deck, especially considering what all it can do, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't consider it. Because if you're like me, you might have the Stream Deck, but you don't have every spot being used. So let's find creative ways to utilize them. Now, I like the Stream Deck because you can put it in a different location. So let's say if you want to lean back while you're watching TV on your computer and you don't want to have to lean forward and do all that effort to hit the pause button or fast forward button, it could be a pain, right? So having the Elgato Stream Deck in a different location, allowing me to control the Plex media player without having to give too much effort, just ultimately adds to the laziness, and I like that. Now, as you can see on my screen, I have used the top and the bottom bars, excluding this one right here, for things related to either streaming or launching applications. I have different scenes set up with Streamlabs already. I can mute my microphone, and then I can launch Streamlabs, launch Premiere Pro, launch Photoshop, and then I have a CPU monitor. I mean, the CPU thing was just because I could, not because I needed to. And I really wanted to add some basic functionality here, like being able to launch the Plex media player, being able to use the right key to fast forward 30 seconds, being able to use the left key to rewind by 10 seconds, and of course using the space bar to play or pause. But before I get into this, I actually went into the internets and downloaded some free icons that I thought I wanted to use for my Elgato Stream Deck. I basically just chose the ones I thought look interesting, and I'm actually going to change them just a little bit. But these are free icons, so I will link down below if you want to check any of them out. Now, what I actually wanted to do on this was change the color just a little bit, or the hue. So I like blue, blue's nice, but since this is going to be more Plex theme, I'd like to get it closer to the Plex orange. Looks good. So negative 170 gives it kind of that orangish yellow hue. So I'm going to click OK. Going to save. This one automatically saves it as the PNG file that it already is. And then I'm going to go into these other ones that I downloaded, which is the pause and a fast forward. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just adjust the hue / saturation. Looks like I took it negative 170. And then I'm going to save it. Hue, image, saturation, negative 170, and save. So now I have my icons that I downloaded for free. You can see them here. I also downloaded the Plex icon, which was really just a matter of Googling Plex icon PNG and just finding one that I wanted and downloading it. So that was pretty simple. But now that I have these downloaded, I want to go in here and create some basic functionality. And these are the things that I use all the time. So the first thing I'm going to do is go underneath System, utilize the Open command. Now keep in mind, when I add this, there is a very good possibility it's going to automatically pull the icon file from whatever I'm using to open. So I'm just going to go to C, Program Files, Plex, Plex Media Player, and then I'm going to select the Plex Media Player.exe. It automatically pulls the icon, so I don't have to change the icon. That's good. It's one step I could have saved. That's great. And then once I do that, you can automatically see on the Stream Deck it added the logo for the Plex. So if I click on it, boom, it opens up Plex. So the first part is done, but now I really use fast forward and rewind and pause. So I really want to add those features. Now normally I would go down here to multimedia, drag this over and just select fast forward, but unfortunately there's only previous track, next track, play, pause, stop, some basic controls, but not really what I'm looking for. So instead I'm going to use the hotkey option. I'm going to assign a key, which is going to be the right arrow on my keyboard. Because with right, it's going to fast forward 30 seconds automatically. And then to make this a little bit more attractive, I'm going to go into my icons and I'm going to select the right fast forward icon that I created. And then I'm going to delete this text. And then here we have it. Automatically on the Elgato Stream Deck is a fast forward. Now I'm going to repeat this process for rewind. Set from icon, rewind. Boom. Now I have a rewind, a fast forward, and a launch Plex. Now if I want to, I can just use the multimedia option for the play and the pause. That's okay. That works as intended. However, I am going to set the icon again to something custom just because I want to. And I like the way that it just has pause rather than just play and pause. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. So on the Elgato Stream Deck, I got fast forward, rewind, pause, and then launch the Plex application. Now to explore some other options, if you want to go into the multimedia, this is something if you want to skip, let's say you're watching a TV show, this would be something that maybe I could look at playing or adding to this thing, which is just skipping to the next one. But I really don't use that, honestly, as a hotkey just because of the way it'll screw up the Plex view watch list. So I'm not going to personally add that, but it is an option. You could also do something like muting your computer or increase the volume, stuff like that. But again, I don't use any of this, so I'm not going to demonstrate it today. So jumping back into it, I was originally watching Star Trek, so let's jump back into where I was. I added the fast forward, so let's try that. There we go. It fast forwarded it by 30 seconds. Then let's use a rewind, which does it by 10 seconds. There we go. If I want to pause it, I can pause it, can resume it. It's easy. So now if I were to position the Elgato Stream Deck in a different location, somewhere it was easily reached by me, I can fast forward, I can rewind, and I can pause, all from the Stream Deck, making it just a little bit easier to watch TV. It's just not good. I should probably be busy doing other things, but it's nice to have. So I'm kind of interested if anyone out there has any kind of unique usages that they use their Elgato Stream Deck for. I'd like to hear about it in the comments down below. Jerry, aka Barnacles, I think uses his to control like fog machines and stuff, or maybe it's something else. I don't know, but I've seen some crazy stuff online being controlled by the Elgato Stream Deck. I mean, it is a very versatile device and it can do many things, controlling your media just being one of them. As always, guys, like and subscribe below. Thank you for watching and have yourself a good day.